What's going on, everybody? It is Coach Greg Adams back in here with another video. Shout out to the Coach Gang for being in here, being involved, and being active on this YouTube channel. Check out the Free Agent Lifestyle book. It is available down through links in the description box below. So check out that book when you get a chance. Let's talk about this principle, the law of diminishing returns, which is essentially an economic principle that you can study in any economic class. And it is a basic principle that you can apply to your social interactions. Maybe you're an introvert. Maybe you value the amount of time that you spend or the amount of resources that you spend on the individual, and you like to see what is the output, what is the outcome that you get from that individual, and at what point it actually diminishes, the returns diminish or the returns become negative. Now, check out the economic principle. So it basically indicates the time and the efforts and the resources that you invest into something, all right, into a business, into the stock market, whatever that is, whatever that input is, you basically want to look at the output, the results that you get, the real perceived value that you get based on the time that you invest or the money that you invest. You can do that with your business. You can do that with your workout schedule. You can do that with your work schedule. Say you work 6 hours and you know after hour number 6, you're no good and you're actually doing your business a disservice by continuing to work. So you see what I mean? Do your best to really research what that means. Now, apply this to your social interactions, especially when you're talking about dating, when you're talking about hanging out with women, when you're talking about spending time on dating apps and setting up dates and communicating with them through text messages and whatever it is. Look at what that law of diminishing returns is. Now, I have a theory on the law of diminishing returns, and it applies to me and what my perceived value is, what I'm trying to get from a woman. Now, this isn't always sexual. Now, obviously, that is the ultimate goal when you're dealing with a woman on that level for that amount of time. You're obviously trying to see what you can get sexually, but it could be some other things that you feel is a perceived value that she is getting from you. All right. So let's just look at it from the basic level, which is a sexual experience, just because that's what everybody's end goal is in terms of relationships with women. At some point, say you start, you do the dating app or you do the approach game and you spend time with that individual. You start spending resources, which is energy, money, or any of these things that you do to try to get with her. At some point during that evening, once you meet her, once you get to experience some time with her or go on a date with her, you get home with her and you smash or you attempt to smash, whatever that time frame is. It could be 10 minutes, it can be an hour, it can be 2 hours. Once you get to a certain point and you've gotten whatever value you have gotten from her or whatever value you haven't got from her, you have to know where that line is. All right, the diminishing return line. Remember, there's positive or productivity happening all the way up into a certain point. Now, once you hit the line of diminishing returns, once you hit that point, every interaction, every minute that you invest, every dollar that you invest, every little resource that you invest to get further with them begins to make the line go south. All right. It is basically the cut your losses line, because if you don't cut your losses, you're basically going to be spinning your wheels and wasting further time or further money to try to get the value that you're looking for. Okay. If you're in a relationship, let's just take the sex off the table. The Money Mindset 2025. Join us if you are looking to elevate your mindset to the next level and get your financial information and game back to where it needs to be. This is the blue chip mindset on steroids. We have 80 plus episodes from the last 2 years that you missed available via playback. You can get all of those episodes. Also, every live stream on Sunday night with all of our great contributors with subjects, cryptocurrency, investment, Money 101, Money 201. Also, if you're looking to become a social media content creator, this is the group for you. 2 times a month We give you content creator information about how much money you can make via content creation. What are the most popular forms of content creation coming forward in the next few years, and how you can capitalize on an opportunity to be a content creator. Join patreon.com/CoachGregAdams to find the money mindset link. Let's get our blue chip mindset on. The window is still open. And you're in a relationship with an individual or a woman, or you moved in with her, you did the dumbest thing that you could ever do at this point, which is preceding marriage. You move in with that individual. This is where you can see the law of diminishing returns play out every single day. Every day you wake up with that individual, let's say it's a weekend day, she's going to have a honey-do list. All of the things that she's going to want to get done. She's going to want to go to the movies. She's going to want to spend time at the festival. She's going to want to walk hand in hand with you at the amusement park. She's going to want you to win a little silly toy for her at the little game section. There's going to be a whole bunch of things that you're going to try to figure out what to do in your 12 to 14 hours of waking hours that you're going to spend with her. In my opinion, those 14 hours, okay, on a Saturday, from morning all the way to the end, there's not going to be much value that she's going to get with you. Quite honestly, the amount of time and resources that you spend with her, you could have spent literally an hour and a half and got the best possible value out of that relationship. Every single minute, every single second past 1 hour and a half will be a diminishing return or an exceedingly negative return. You've been through relationships, all right? And relationships has its ups and downs, and it weaves in and weaves out. There are going to be some good times and some bad times. There's going to be some days where there's no diminishing returns, where you guys just go out there and bone each other for hours on hours on hours. Those are going to be some special times that you have. But on the average day, on the most days that you spend with her are going to be a section where it's just going to be a diminishing return. Say, for instance, you wake up with her, y'all start off with some morning sex, and then all of a sudden, every minute after that is just going to drag on. All right, you're going to watch marathons, you're going to watch binge watch episodes of Netflix, you're going to watch her down gallons of ice cream. You're going to get into an argument or a disagreement about something. You're going to spend time cleaning the place, and you're going to be doing the majority of the work. You're going to want her to make a 6-foot Scooby-Doo sandwich for you, and she's going to balk, and you're going to be sulking. You're going to be listening to her drone on and on about useless information and conversations that she had at her job, all right, that means absolutely nothing to you. Okay, you're going to play games with her. She's going to play games with you. And a lot of times, for any individual who's a free agent, has a free agent mentality, for any individual who is ambitious, for any individual who's looking at their life by the minutes that they live and talk about what they want to get in terms of the value of the minutes that they live, anybody who lives that lifestyle will look at this and go, these are wasted times. These are wasted opportunities. There is no value that you're getting from her. There's nothing that you're getting from her that you have to sit there and listen to all of the useless things that come up into her mind. Okay? All of the time that you spend going to movies and watching the movies that she wants to watch are wasted times and wasted opportunities. These things that I want you to look at. I want you to look at that not only with relationships when you deal with women, just to get into a situation where you're setting up to try to get into relationships, whether they're sexual or whether they're emotional, just trying to set up to get to it. You spend hours and hours on Tinder and dating apps and all of these things just to try to get to it. In my opinion, the longer that you spend, the more money that you pump into trying to make these situations happen, the more the results will return diminished or negative. That's just the law of diminishing returns. Okay, that's just how it works. You're only going to spend a little bit of time doing it, and then the rest of the time you're going to focus on other things. All right, you have to look at it that way, because if you don't, you're just going to spin your wheels and put too much effort into it and not get much value out of it, and then you're going to blame other people or other reasons of why you're not getting the value that you really need out of your pursuit. Okay, this is the same thing with the PUA thing, where you're going out there and you're running up against, they're encouraging the cold approach all these women. Well, the more time you spend cold approaching women, the more rejection you're going to get, the more diminishing returns you're going to get. And then all of a sudden you're going to start blaming either women, or you're going to start blaming the type of women that you're approaching. You're going to blame the PUA artist that sent you out there to cold approach. You see what I'm saying? You spend too much time doing a thing, then ultimately the returns that you're getting from it is not going to equal the amount of time and energy and effort that you're putting into it. So apply that to your relationships. Apply that to the strategies that you want to live. Apply that to your free agent lifestyle, and you might see a positive return. You might see your efforts actually be more productive based on the time and energy and effort that you're putting into it. That's my video for today. Please check out the Free Agent Lifestyle book. Please check out other videos, and I'll be back with more content. And I'm out. Peace.